Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here with another Family Heroes video, and today we're going to take a look at this year's bridal banner. I wanted to say wedding banner because there are males on this banner sometimes, but this year it's all bridal people. So, I mean, I know they're usually called bridal banners anyway, but yeah, it's all girls, and it's kind of disappointing. I mean, I obviously like girls, but I would like to see males as well. I like to see representation for them. So unfortunately, there's not a single male on the banner, but there is a male as the TT unit, and we'll get to him. But yeah, the first unit on the banner is Awakening Anna. This whole banner is Awakening pretty much. So yeah, Secret, Charmer. Anna finally gets his bridal, and it's funny because there's a while ago they had Anna in, like, I think it was the armory or whatever place you use to. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it said like this Anna's not going to have a bridal version. And obviously that was the hero's Anna, so obviously this Anna's different. But it's still funny to have them say that outright, and mention that Anna's not gonna have a bridal version now. Years later she gets one, or however long ago it was. But yeah, Anna here is a green bow cavalier, and that's a very rare class type. There isn't that many green bow cavaliers. There's like 3 or 2, I don't remember. There's like Sue, Valentine, Leo we got recently, and now Anna. There might be another 1 or 2, I forget. But yeah, Heartbroker bow is her weapon. Gives her Canto ally 2, and if you don't know what that does, I'm pretty sure it's one of the Canto skills from the Thief banner that we got with Kath, Duo, Nina, so one of them had Canto Ally. I don't remember who, but that basically lets you Canto back to your teammate. I think whoever was closest, which is a very good Canto skill for sure. So this weapon has that utility. Gives her -1 cooldown and is effective against flying foes. Of course, if she initiates comrades within 2 spaces of an ally, grants everything to all her stats, or to all stats X, equaling the number of times she's been boosted by dragon flowers. So that's fitting for Anna because it's expensive. She deals speed-based true damage, 50% of that, and then also has partial no follow-up. So pretty simple weapon. I think the highlight here is definitely the Canto part because it's going to make her unique, especially as a cavalry unit. You're going to have all that movement. So but in terms of the weapon itself and actual combat, it's not that crazy, honestly. It kind of looks tame from today's standards, but not every seasonal or every unit has to be insane. But yeah, that's a solid weapon. It comes with Luna, Remote Sparrow, Sealed Defense 4, and Colorless Feud. Colorless Feud is really nice for these days, especially because of a lot of really good colorless units, including the release of Fallen Maria. So Colorless Feud helps against her. And the Remote Sparrow is an amazing ace skill, one of the most coveted ones. Sealed Defense 4 is decent. But yeah, pretty simple kit. She doesn't really come with any new skills, unfortunately. But that is Bride Anna. She definitely looks really pretty. I married Anna in my first Awakening playthrough when I was first getting into Fire Emblem, so it's nice to see her get a bridal version. I just am sad that Jake isn't here, her boyfriend. That's her canonical boyfriend pretty much. But this is Awakening Anna, and that's when they started to kind of neglect Jake, sadly. But yeah, I'm a bit sad about that. But yeah, anyways, the next unit on the banner is Sayuri, Righteous Bride. Definitely did not expect Sayuri to get a bridal version, so it's really cool that at least, even though there's no guys here, at least that they're picking unique choices, not someone else like Olivia or some other popular Awakening character. Because I mean, Olivia would be really cool. She would definitely look amazing. But Sayuri is a nice surprise. She is a Lance Flyer, and she comes with a Chonsin Spring and a new C skill, which is kind of crazy. The Chonsin Sprig gives her -1 cooldown. If she initiates combats with a 2 space and ally, grants +$5 stats, inflicts penalty on the foe's speed and defense equal to 25% of their attack. So you penalize them for having higher attack. -8. Reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40% and grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. So she gets special charges no matter what. So that's really good. So that's going to help her trigger a lot of specials, and when she initiates especially. I guess you could make her bulky. What are her stats? No, she has life and death. But, she can take some hits without life and death. You probably want to take that off, I guess, if you're not running an AoE. She comes with Draconic Aura, Life and Death 4, Speed, Defense, Rain, Snap. So I definitely didn't expect another version of the Rain skill. So this gives a Speed Defense -4 debuff on the foe within 2 spaces of unit during combat. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an armored or infantry ally with the range equaling to 1, you grant unit can move 1 extra space to unit or infantry allies and armored allies within 2 spaces of unit that have range equal 1. So this is kind of crazy because it's basically giving everyone the Azura boost where you can have extra movement. And movement is insane in this game, especially right now with Guidance 4. So I'm not really that excited to see this skill, become available. But I guess it's pretty cool for infantry. Infantry and armors get all the good stuff. So now they have this skill, which obviously is only going to be allowed for flyers probably, but it's a support skill. But it also buffs the flyer themselves. So you get extra movement. The armor units can kind of be like Summer Edelgard, I guess, moving at 1 extra space. And it doesn't work if unit Yes, this does not stack. Effect triggers only if unit has no single dance skill. So yeah, it's not going to work with like Legendary Zero or any other dancer. So you have to keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, Sayuri is still going to be a solid unit. Definitely pretty interesting. I mean, she's not insane, but that skill is definitely something to look out for. Next unit on the banner is Flavia. We saw her in the silhouette. She looks amazing. Another character I definitely didn't expect to get a bridal version of all characters. So like I said, I'm glad that you're trying new things with these banners, at least with the characters. So Flavia is a sword cavalry unit. Definitely tons of competition there, but she is the D mode, so it's not like you expect her to be top tier or anything. But she's pretty solid because the Bridal Blade gives her +4 to all her stats if she needs just combats within 2 spaces of an ally. Inflicts penalty on the foe stats equal to the current bonus on foe stats times 2. So example, if the foe is +7 attack bonus, you inflict attack -14 for a net penalty of attack -7. So it's basically the buff stealer, the buff reverser that we've seen on Fallen Linus. We see that in Legion, a couple other units, so that's pretty nice. And that's inheritable, so it's kind of nice to have this because it's for every stat. So I mean, yeah, now that it's inheritable, like, you know, everyone could be like a mini Legion, I guess, at least with the swords. They'll probably make the Axe and Lance version of this as well. Because of Harsh Command plus, Attack Defense Clash, and Rouse Attack Speed 3. So her fodder obviously isn't going to be insane because it's the D mode, but for Attack Defense Clash 4 people, if anyone wants to inherit that, you can get Flavia for the prerequisite. And then the star of the show is the Double Tiki Bridal Reflections, another character I definitely didn't expect, at least for this banner. I mean, I know Tiki are very popular, makes sense, but it's really cute to see adult Tiki with her younger version. Really amazing art. You know, Arcanea Tiki with Elysian Tiki, you know, in Awakening. So that's really cool. And she's an insane unit because she is a colorless dragon armor, and whenever they release a new armor, you know, they tend to be very good. So Twin Divine Stone gives you effectiveness against all dragons, -1 cooldown to start a combat. If you're alive, you grant +5 to all your stats, restore HP, 7 HP after combat, and also if your res is higher than the foe's res, you make a guaranteed follow-up attack, and you also reduce damage from attacks during combat and AoEs by percentage difference between stats times 4. I think that means for the resistance, right? Yeah, so if units HP, if they're alive essentially at start combat, you grant, are you able to have the in combat pulse smoke, basically, like as I like to call it. And we've seen on Scowl skills, we've seen this on Duo Duma, seen this on Brave Tiki and Ascended Tiki. So it makes sense they would have this effect because they both have that. So basically, you inflict special cooldown +1 on the foe before they can trigger the special if you have higher res than them, +5. And you also grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before foe's first attack, which is kind of crazy. That's actually better because let's say your Armored Flow or Glimmer or something is like at 1. That means after combat or during the combat, you'll be able to trigger it before they can even hit you, or at least hit you with like a Deadeye or something. So that's amazing. So the other Tikis don't have this. Neither does Duma. So this is very good. And of course, yeah, they adapt to damage. Armored Flow, which is basically a res version of the Armored Beacon that we saw on Young Hector. So that's pretty crazy. It's going to be very fitting for Tiki because she's going to have a ton of resistance. She goes with Mirror Stance 3, which is perfect for a tank like her. The new Divinity, which is the same skill we seen on Brave Tiki. You know, they tend to do this with Brave versions or other people with PRFs. They put them on their seasonal versions. And then she comes with attack resistance, far save. So again, just like with Anna, there's no really new skills here in terms of the A, B, C slot. There's only Armored Flow, which I think there's more units that can use Armored Beacon probably, but this is perfect for Tiki. So Twin Divine Stone's insane. I mean, it's nothing insanely new, but it's very, very good for Tiki because she's going to be able to tank. And unlike Duma, she doesn't have a weakness to blue units, so she's neutral to everything at least. You know, Duma still, I'm not saying she's better than Duma, but Duma does have the Woeful Upheaval as well. And he also has his duo skill. Obviously, this one's going to have a harmonic button, but I wouldn't say she's just like better than Duma. I mean, we'll have to see. But she's pretty damn good. She has some things that Duma doesn't have. So, and the thing also too is if you want to use like Hardy Fighter or you want to use other fighter skills, you know, you have to get rid of New Divinity, which I mean, I guess isn't that big of a trade-off because it is a good B skill for sure. You get a guaranteed, or you get a follow-up negation and more damage reduction, but you have to give that up. So that's a thing. But yeah, Bridal Tiki looks really, really amazing. Definitely didn't expect. I like it when, you know, their older versions meet with their younger versions. We haven't really seen this exactly, but it kind of reminds me of like Room Roy last year, you know, meeting with his dad, even though it never happened. His older dad, and when his, you know, when Eliwood was younger and Roy was pretty young, so that's pretty cool. I mean, it would have been really cute if it was Marth as the backpack, like Marth with adult Tiki would be really, really sweet. But They didn't want to give Marth another ult. But Tiki can get an ult anytime. But yeah, you can see their stats pit right there. 45 base resistance. It's insane. Probably has a super boon. They're obviously really, really slow, so they're susceptible to no follow-up, just like with many armors. We're familiar with this. Really high attack stat. Really good defense too as well, but obviously resistance is the one to aim for. And their Harmonized skill neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat and neutralizes units' penalties during combat to unit and allies from the same titles, so Arcanea or Awakening characters. So that's really amazing Harmonized skill for sure. I would love to get this Tiki, but I'm skipping this banner for sure. Nothing here really entices me that much except for Tiki, but I can get her sometime later. I need to save my ores for the summer banners. But very, very good Harmonized skill, very, very good unit. Nobody here is that, like, meta. I mean, obviously not every banner has to be meta or have some kind of meta unit. Tiki, I mean, obviously will be one of the best far safe tanks for sure. But, like, no one's going to be as good as, like, Bridal Catria was. And Bridal Catria is still amazing. So, yeah. I know maybe people expected another unit like Bridal Catria, but it's all good. We don't have to have someone like that. That's an amazing support. But Tiki's still amazing for sure on her own. And that is the banner. So, we can see Robin. He'll show up in just a second. He's a red tome cavalier. I think his art is already out. If you want to look that up, you definitely can. We'll have to see what his weapon does. It's probably going to be the same as Flavia's sword, just having that the bonus reversal. So it's just funny that Robin is a TT unit, because when I saw him, I was like laughing because he can marry everybody on the banner. So, Awakening, as you guys know, Robin can marry anyone pretty much. He can marry everyone here except for young Tiki. So it's kind of funny to see all the girls here, and he's just the only dude, and he's not even on the banner. But next year, I would definitely like to see some Grooms for sure. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, right? Because Groom Marth was a TT unit, Robin here, so obviously males for Bridal banners don't get as much attention, but it's kind of a shame, but it is what it is. But yeah, this banner's cute though. I don't have anything against the characters. I think it's nice to see them in these Bridal outfits. I like that they chose Savory and Flavia. Those are really unique choices for sure. Not really that popular of characters that are getting these ults, so it's nice to see them get something. And then even though Tiki, obviously people are going to complain about Tiki, I think it's a really wholesome harmonic hero and very, very cool. So, and Anna, of course, getting her ult, which is nice. But yeah, that's the banner, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think it's pretty solid. I mean, you can say it's mid compared to all the other banners we've had this year, especially this year. But Robin fans are going to rejoice with this ult because his art is clean. He definitely looks clean in his suit. But yeah, that's the banner, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Please stay safe out there. Peace out.